Hello, everyone. My name is Zaza Towry. I am a second year in Cal State Fullerton's Master of Science in Higher Education program. And I'm here to talk to y'all about managing your time as a college student. What is time management and why is it important? So I'll be going over some strategies, some helpful tools that I use that y'all will definitely use when you start school, or could be very helpful for you to use when you start school. Those would be different methods and techniques that you can use for time management and productivity. So, what is time management? We hear it all the time, but what does it actually mean? So, it means from the Oxford Dictionary, it's the ability to use your time effectively and productively. And that very much looks different depending on the person. So, time management is an essential skill that will help you as a college student because when you start college, when you begin college, really at any point in your college journey, you're going to be busy. Even if you're a part time student, you might have work, you might be taking care of family members, you might have family responsibilities, you might join clubs, you might have other campus responsibilities on top of your classes, of course. So that's a lot of things going on. How are you going to be able to manage your time effectively, right? How are you going to be able to use your time well? We only have 24 hours every day, but if you have so many things to do, how are you going to stay on top of that? Well, I'm going to help you today with some tips and tricks that I love that work for me. So, why exactly is it important to you as a undergraduate student, as a college student, to manage your time? It's very, very easy to fall behind in your classes if you have a lot of things on your plate and you don't know how to prioritize. So, examples that I gave earlier, taking care of family members, juggling multiple classes, right? Even if you're part time, you're usually taking more than one college class, extracurriculars, clubs, organizations you're a part of, even your volunteer work if you volunteer on the weekends, and then working for income, like jobs that you hold. Um, that's a lot, but it's manageable. It's very much manageable with time management. Uh, if you do not have adequate strategies to accomplish your tasks productively each day, you might begin to feel overwhelmed, unmotivated, and out of place. And this could lead to something called burnout, which we will talk about in another workshop. But all that's to say, it's very important that you are on top of your responsibilities, but you're also on top of how you are managing your time and managing getting your tasks done. So let's get into some strategies that will help you. So here are three different methods or strategies that you can do. So one is called time blocking. This one does work for me. I like to use time blocking on my weekends because my weekends are very structured too. Um, Lots of school stuff going on. So there's two different kinds of time blocking. There's focused time blocking, and then there's more so a form of distracted multitasking. So focused time blocking means you put in your schedule a set time that you're going to work on a certain assignment. So for example, in our picture here to the bottom left corner, it says someone is blocking 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. to complete a task. That is time blocking where you are blocking out the specific lot of time in your day to do a specific task. Now, distracted multitasking, that's when you have mini blocks in your day. Instead of one big chunk of time to do something, you might have mini blocks for either one thing or separate things. It's just dependent on the task and the amount of time it's going to take you to get it done. So these are two right here. That's two different methods of time blocking. It just depends on the kind of person you are. Try different things and just see what works for you. So the next one, which I love, it's my favorite, is the Pomodoro technique or timer method. So this is when you select one single task, and with that single task, you'll give yourself, let's say in an hour, right? That's 60 minutes. Let's say that you're going to work on an essay for 45 minutes out of the hour. That last 15 minutes, that's going to be your break time. And let's say you want to do this, it's a long essay, right? You want to do this 3 times consecutively. That is the Pomodoro method, where you are creating time, like sort of like time blocks or intervals to work on an assignment for a certain amount of time, to take a scheduled break, and then begin working on that assignment for that certain amount of time again, and then take another break. And you can do that as many times as you'd like. And some people, they like to do it within a 30-minute time period, right? So let's say you work for 20 minutes and then you have a 10-minute break. You work for 25 minutes and then you have a 5-minute break, and then you continue that cycle on and on. So let's get organized. There are a few different ways that you can get organized. Now, getting organized is also very helpful for time management. Physical planners and digital planners are really great. It just depends on the person. If you like to write things out more, or if you don't mind typing it into, let's say, Google Calendar or Outlook Calendar, or there's all kinds of different online calendars you can use to put in assignments, meetings you might have to go to if you have club meetings, even if you have to go pick up a family member from school or anything like that. You should put that in your calendar so you can see your time and your time limitations for that day. To-do lists are also very great for time management. Here's why. If you're someone who's always on the go, I suggest having a little notepad with you. And if a task comes to mind, if you think about something that you need to get done, go ahead and just write it down in the moment. And when you get home or when you get to wherever you're getting, take a look at it. And then you can input those things into your calendars, or you can take that to do list and put it on your calendar. This needs to get done today. And then you could even stack, and you could do a time block. After you've seen in your calendar, you have 2 assignments you need to get done one day. Just go ahead and write it down. So next, let's talk about goal setting, because goal setting can be very helpful in terms of getting better at time management or using time management. So, setting goals around times you want to complete assignments, study, and socialize with friends and family will really help you to have a life school balance. I feel like we've heard the term work life balance a lot, but living does come first. School is incredibly important, but living does come first. So, one method that I use, there's many methods to goal setting, but the one I'm going to talk about today that I feel very strongly about, it's called the SMART goal method. So SMART is an acronym, and it stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time, or timely. So you might be thinking, when will you actually need time management? Hopefully not, because of all the examples I've given. But if you have, think about when you've had a goal you want to work toward. Think of any goal right now you have in your mind, just something you want to do, whether it's, I want to finish the semester with a 3.5 GPA, or I want to talk more in class, anything like that. Just think of a goal, and then begin to think, how can you make it specific? How can you make it measurable? How can you make your goal achievable? How can you make it relevant to your life right now? And then how can you make it timely? What's the time that you want to get this completed? So once you've identified that goal in your head, I'm going to walk you through the process with my own example. So my example is, I want to do well in this class. That's a great goal, yes, but it's not very specific. I feel like we can really break this down a bit more. So let's get it more specific. I'll now say my new goal. I want to get an A in my Ethnic Studies 101 course. That's great, specific. But how can I measure that? Is there another way that I can measure it? Is there more info I can give? And then I can say, well, I want to get a 90% in my Ethnic Studies 101 course, because an A can be anywhere from 90% to 100%. So let's make it more measurable and specific. Now, how do I make this achievable? Getting an A for all of y'all, right? You can easily get A's because you're all so brilliant and you're also smart. But when you want to make it achievable, you have to talk about the things you're going to do to make it happen, right? So now my goal, I changed it. I said, you know what? I want to get a 90% in my Ethnic Studies 101 course by studying 2 hours a week, by participating in class more, and for asking for help when I need help. Great. Now it's achievable, specific, and measurable. Let's make it relevant. Why do I want an A in this class? And it could be different reasons for everyone, right? For me, in this case, I'm in school on a scholarship, and that scholarship requires me to at least have a 3.0, right? That's pretty relevant. If I want to stay in school, in this case, I need to be getting good grades. So now let's make it timely, right? We have this more specific goal, but let's put it all together. By the end of the semester, I will have earned a 90% in my Ethnic Studies 101 course by studying 2 hours a week, by actively participating in class, and for asking my professor for help when I need it. So now let's go back and let's take a look at my average goal and how I turned it into a SMART goal. So my average goal was I want to do well in this course, which is a fantastic goal. But let's make it more measurable, specific, relevant, timely, and achievable. By the end of the semester, I will have earned a 90% in my Ethnic Studies 101 course by studying 2 hours a week, actively participating in class, and asking my professor for help when I need it, right? If you're wondering why SMART goals work, it's because the more defined you are, the more specific about the goal that you really want to achieve, the better it is and the easier that your mind can really map out and see what it is that you want to do. So, what does the school have to offer you? Like how can the school or whatever college you decide to go to, the world is your oyster, whatever school you want to go to, how are they going to help you? There's a few different departments at colleges that are very helpful, in terms of getting help with academic resources, or tools. So one is the Career Center. I would say the Career Center because it's a very diverse space. It's very much heavily focused on interviewing and things like that. But I know that they do have workshops sometimes on productivity, um, and how using productivity can help you further in your career. So that's a good resource to look out to. And another one is academic counseling. Your counselors are there to help you. And if you feel like you are struggling with time management, or you feel like you are getting at the point where you feel like you're drowning in all your responsibilities, your counselor is a great person to see to help you. And another person is, of course, your professor. There are so many amazing professors out there who are more than willing to sit down with you to talk about how school is going, how your classes are, but also in their class specifically, of course, but also if you're struggling with your time, time blocking or methods or tools, it's not working for you, they're usually more than happy to sit back and troubleshoot with you. Every professor has office hours. Please, please, please take advantage of them. And if you need help, ask for help because you are all brilliant students. Um, so thank you. And I also wanted to plug our Instagram, our Facebook, our TikTok account, and our email. Please contact us if you have any questions. And I will see you at the 2024 Maywood Education Fair. Bye.